Hello, BookTube. It's mail time again. But first, I thought I'd show you the little ones. Sleeping peacefully. It's been a very good day. And we've got a nice stack here. I have good spidey senses about it. So let's see what we have here. Start with this one. From Norton. This is by Jane Kamensky. It's called A Revolution in Color. The World of John Singleton Copley. Any of you who have ever been trapped with me at the Museum of Fine Arts here in Boston will know how much I like John Singleton Copley. And this is a book about him. Very nice. This comes out in October. A fine start to our little haul here. Very nice. Oh my. Alright, what's next? Okay, this is due in late September. This is Willie Jasper's History of the Sinking of the Lusitania. Which I think this is a reprint. Yes, it's a reprint of his from last year. Not a reprint, it's an English language translation of his from last year. So, good on Yale, continuing to do the English language translations of stuff. That's wonderful. And this thing, satisfyingly heavy, so we'll see what it is. Oh, why? What's this? This is from Princeton. It's by Mary Jacobus. It's called Reading Cy Twombly. Many of his paintings and drawings include handwritten words and phrases, naming or quoting poets ranging from Sappho, Homer, and Virgil to Rilke and Cavafy. Enigmatic and sometimes hard to decipher, these inscriptions are a distinctive feature of his work. This is the first book to focus specifically on his use of poetry. Okay, interesting. Comes out in mid-September, not much time there. We're not getting a lot of lead time with any of these things so far, but that's all right. Let's see what we have next. The Marginalia in Twombly's paintings. Interesting. This is from Harvard University Press. This is called The Chaknama and Muslim Origins in South Asia by Manan Ahmed Asif. The question of how Islam arrived in India remains remarkably contentious in South Asian politics. In a compelling re-examination, the author directs attention to a 13th century text that tells the story of Chach, the Brahmin ruler of Sind, and his kingdom's later conquest by the Muslim general Muhammad bin Qasim in 712. This epic has long been a touchstone of Indian history, yet it is seldom studied in its entirety. Asif offers a close and complete analysis of this important text. Interesting. Oh my. This also comes out in mid-September. He's going to have a lot of reading to do just to catch up. And we've got this. What is this? Oh, very nice. Oh, look at that. This is Dean Snow, 1777, Tipping Point at Saratoga. This is Revolutionary War military history. This is a full-blown narrative history of the Battle of Saratoga. In the fall of 1777, an inexperienced and improvised American army led by General Horatio Gates faced off against the highly trained British and German forces led by General Johnny Burgoyne. In spite of a superior organization and training, the British and German armies were forced to contend with long, inadequate supply lines and thinning ranks, while the Americans enjoyed the benefits of short distances, regular supply, and fresh reinforcements. Both sides suffered great loss and death, but in the end, a stark fact remained that one of the finest armies had been beaten by a force of amateurs, making America's eventual independence inevitable. Slow down there, Seymour. It didn't make America's independence inevitable, but it makes for a heck of a story. And the last really good, big narrative history of Saratoga was 35 years ago at least, so I'll have to hope this is really good. Oh, very nice. And this comes out in October. Okay, I'm going to put the asbestos package away. And we've got another one from Norton. Almost to the end here. For this shipment, anyway. What is this? Oh, God. It's science. It's called Now, The Physics of Time by Richard Muller. Oh, God. So this comes out in late September. Since Einstein established his relativity equations, physics has understood the basic properties of time. We know, for example, that we exist in four-dimensional space-time. We know that time stretches and flexes and flips. We know that the pace of time dilates, that instead of being constant, it varies depending on local conditions of velocity and gravity. One central concept of time, however, continued to elude us: now. Until very recently, it has been impossible to define now. But recent advances in physics, especially those related to such concepts as quantum theory, antimatter, entanglement, the Big Bang, and dark energy, the gang's all here, have allowed physicists to rigorously test explanations of how time flows as it does, the meaning of that ephemeral moment we call now. I wouldn't think that would be a matter of physics. I would think that now is a human perception and doesn't have an actual quantifiable nature. That's interesting. I suppose I'm wrong about that, but we shall see. Now, the physics of time. Okay, and our last one for today, for now. This is one shipment. There's another one coming. It hasn't arrived yet. What is this? Oh, we've seen this before. This is the finished copy of Malcolm Vale's biography of Henry V, The Conscience of a King. This comes out in late September. This is a very nice finished copy from Yale. They've certainly done their business by me today. All right, so that's late September. And the pub sheet now has a blurb from Nigel Saul, who's a great British historian in his own right. So that's interesting. Oh, and also a blurb from Christopher Allman, who wrote a great biography of Henry V, probably the best biography of Henry V. So it's a nice feather in the cap to get him giving his seal of approval to this thing. That's good. All right, well, there you go. That's not bad. So history. That's 4 titles of serious history. 1 art monograph, an extended art monograph. 1 Islamic literature, literary studies, and 1 book of physics. Not bad. A nice variety. So let me know in the comments field if you find any of these interesting. And also something I forgot to mention in the last few mail hauls, only because my responses have been a bit frustrating. And I think it's because I'm not going about the mentioning of it correctly. But some of you will know if you've watched this channel, I am the managing editor of a literary website. We get a fair amount of traffic, and we are well known and respected in the industry. And we're always welcoming new writers. So if you see a book on this channel, any of these or any others that you see, anything new, and you would like to try to break into the world of book reviewing, just let me know in the comments field, and I'll help you as much as I can. The problem that's occurred on these videos, mainly because of the way that I phrase things, I think, is that people are getting the wrong idea of what that exhortation means. I am actually offering you a favor. It's almost impossible to break into the world of professional book reviewing, an audience of over 10,000 people. In this case, we're talking over 30,000 people. It's almost impossible to do that with no experience, and I'm offering that. So, so the responses that say to me some variation on, "Oh, I'm really busy, I've got school, I've got work, but I guess if you insist, I'll try." Thanks anyway, but, I won't trouble you. What I'm looking for is the 1 or 2 people out there. Now, we're talking on this channel close to 1,600 people, maybe more than that. I'm looking for the people who have a fire to do this, who really want to. and I'm a little bit surprised that in all these people, I'm not finding many like that. I'm not getting that response in the way that I would have had I made the equivalent offer 50 years ago, I think. And maybe that has just to do with how small this channel is, I don't know, or how I'm putting it. But if you are interested in that, if you want to try your hand at it, let me know. And we'll just leave it at that. I'll hope that was a little clearer than before. So there you go. That's the mail for today. And I'll see you soon, Book 2. Thank you.